Hello, and today I'm going to talk about what it feels like to be truly shredded. It's mainly because I've had quite a lot of comments from people via social media asking, what it's like. Did I feel this? Did I feel that? And I just wanted to put out a bit of information and also, kind of just help people to know that what they're going through is probably pretty normal. So earlier this year, almost 4 months away, I competed in the BMBF at Body Power, and I came in with a very shredded physique. Lots of people commented upon my conditioning and just how lean I was, and therefore I thought I'd give a bit of an insight onto what it felt like to be that lean. I have spoke about this with my coach, and I'm going to put the link up in the info section so you can actually see a big interview between me and my coach and what the entire process was about. But I just want to keep this a little bit on the shorter side, probably no more than 10 minutes, and just to give you a bit of an idea on what it was like. So I'm not going to say how I got lean, because to be fair, it's quite simple. You just keep repeating the process over and over again. But if it's something you're interested in and you'd like to know how I done it with a bit more detail, then obviously drop some comments below and I can sort that for you as well. So what was it like getting shredded? Well, a lot of people first always think that hunger's going to be an issue, and for me, I don't think hunger really was an issue. Was I food focused? In the later stages, yes, I was constantly thinking about that next meal. How could I make that a little bit better? What could I swap so I could get more volume? But although being very food focused, I don't think hunger was ever a massive issue for myself. One of the things that did become a big issue was just that lack of energy. Just every day, it was a drag. Everything was hard work. It's, when you've kind of got like this draggy feet feeling and you're dragging yourself to the gym, it's hard enough to just trying to walk. And I just know through like tracking my steps, it would take me so long to accumulate such a small number of steps. I really do think I must have been walking backwards or something. It was just that slow. So beyond that lack of energy, and then actually having to get into the gym and find some energy and some life in you, and being able to constantly put out your training sessions, you do get that massive lack of energy. But I think anybody going through this is going to tell you that you haven't got the fuel. If you don't put the fuel in the car stops, and hey, you're the car, and you're kind of just had to keep pushing yourself through all the motions and ticking all the boxes. So yeah, day to day things can be tough. There's always different ways you can move things about in order to make things less tough and less of a struggle. And I know if it comes through to a prep, I know it's going to be tough, but I know there's also certain things I can do in order to make things as comfortable as you can make that uncomfortable feeling. Another thing, and this was asked recently, somebody mentioned where was the sex drive, where was the libido? When you are that lean, I'm sorry, but it goes. You may look awesome, but that's just not where your mind's at. Obviously, you're in a very, very big deficit. And, I think, you've probably also focused on other things. You're focusing on, hitting your steps, dialing in your nutrition, having good training sessions. So, yes, guys, if you want to be shredded and have a high sex drive, I'm not sure it's going to be a big thing there. It goes... and it is just the fact that, just how low your body fat percentage will go. Your body likes comfort. Your body likes to stay in its little comfort bubble. And when you push it out of that, it's always going to prioritize surviving. So clearly your body thinks that that's not the main thing it needs to be focusing on, when it's focusing more on preserving energy and just reminding you that you probably need to eat. Equally, going through prep, it's uncomfortable. There's no way to get around it. Sitting down on a wooden chair probably isn't going to be nice when you've got shredded glutes. Walking around barefoot on a wooden floor isn't very nice when you've got no fat on the soles of your feet. So do expect to be uncomfortable, and with that uncomfortable, that there will roll into your sleep. I sleep really well when I'm not in prep, but through prep, I'm constantly uncomfortable. I could not get comfortable. My sleep, especially when I was starting to dig deeper and deeper, my sleep was very, very broken. Now I'm in the off season, I sleep 8-9 hours, comfortable as anything. So, you know, sleep will likely to be affected because it is just, you know, lots of things that become uncomfortable. Lifts in the gym. I know lots of people always say like, oh, it goes, you know, you lose your strength and what have you. Through my prep, I didn't lose strength on everything. A couple of movements did take a hit. My biggest one was my squat. It was just so uncomfortable. It just didn't feel good in those last 6-8 weeks of prep. Lots of isolation movements I maintained, and a lot of my pressing I managed to maintain. I think that only dropped about 10%. And, you know, my deadlift just kept getting stronger. So if you've followed me on social or anything, you'll see that I've got a pretty good deadlift, and my deadlift was actually strongest when I was my most leanest. So, you know, don't think that just because you're dieting down that you're going to lose strength. I actually, for the first 12 plus weeks of my prep, I was constantly gaining strength on all movements across the board in, you know, a pretty quick way. So don't think that just because you're dieting you're going to have nothing. A lot of these things come in towards the later stage. You know, to start with, you can start a prep diet and, you know, the first bit's going to be comfortable. And it just becomes more and more uncomfortable. And these are just a couple of things I wanted to highlight to people, that these do happen. And, you know, there's nothing wrong as long as you're in control and you're not doing anything stupid to make these feelings. Bodybuilding is an extreme sport. You are pushing your body to its limit. You know, your body doesn't want to be there. I always look at it, you know, it's forced starvation with maximal muscle retention. And, you know, people who are starving aren't comfortable. And the amount of deficit we create as bodybuilders is very much along that kind of path. You know, your body's not going to want to be there. It's going to give you all these signs to stop and not keep going. It's why many people probably don't do what we do. But those that do what we do, you know, we have an obsession with it. We have this passion to dig deeper and push harder. And it does mean that you will feel some negative points. Obviously, it's short term. You step on your stage, you run your competitions, you come out with a result, you then go through maintenance, into off seasons, and then repeat the process all over again. So that's just a little bit of an insight on kind of how I found dieting down. Some of the kind of the more negative things that maybe people forget and worry about, and they don't know if it's right or wrong. Obviously, you know, I'm not saying I'm everybody. I'm just saying this is what I experienced. And, you know, if you're thinking of going through a prep, or you are going through a prep, then, you know, these feelings, you know, they're kind of the norm for prep. So hope that's been a good insight, a good bit of information for you. And if you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm looking to do more videos like this, so if there's any aspects of the natural bodybuilding, training and diet, the lifestyle, please, you know, give me a shout and I will see what I can put up. Thank you very much.